What's going on, everybody? Nick Push here. Sorry for my little hiatus. I took a little bit of a mental YouTube break, but I am back and I am better than ever. So look, as of filming this video, it is officially Friday night. It was Friday night and I decided to crack open a beer, something I typically do on a Friday night, to just kind of unwind into the week or into the weekend. And I started thinking about who in the Halloween universe would be the most fun to have a beer with. And I came up with a little list. And then I started thinking about it a little more. And I came up with another list of who would be the worst people in the Halloween universe to have a beer with. So, I have my 5 top people in the universe to have a beer with. And I have my 5 worst people in the Halloween universe to have a beer with. Obviously, this is kind of a fun, goofy list, but I like doing shit like this, kind of thinking outside of the box. So yeah, I am going to be drinking and talking about who is on my list. And as always, if you like videos like this, if you like talking horror, I do a lot more than just these goofy little videos. But if you like shit like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Really helps out the channel. But that being said, let's get into who made the cut. So like I said, this is kind of a goofy list, but I like doing shit like this. Do me a favor, let me know in the comments who you would like to have a beer with or who you wouldn't like to have a beer with in the Halloween universe. It's possible I missed someone, maybe someone obvious, but this is just kind of what I came up with off the top of my head based on what we know about these characters in the movie or movies that they're in. So we are going to start with the 5 worst characters to have a beer or a drink with if you don't like beer. So starting off at number 5 worst is going to be Jimmy from Halloween 2. It's pretty simple. Why would I not want to have a drink or a beer with Jimmy? Because all he wants to do is drink fucking Coke. You know, he's always offering Laurie a Coke and a Coke and a Coke. Look at what she just fucking went through. Come on, she needs a goddamn drink. She needs something a little bit stronger than a Coca-Cola. So Jimmy, you're out. I don't want to have a beer with you. You're number 5. Same movie for number 4. Halloween 2, 1981. And this is going to be Dr. Mixter. Look, Dr. Mixter was drunk while he was in this movie. He came from a Halloween party. But for a guy that had been drinking, this guy had no fucking personality. Yes, he can use a needle. We get that. He had a needle in his fucking eye. Was he just sitting in his chair passed out? The guy had no personality. And when I'm drinking with someone, I like a good personality. So Mixter, I'm sorry. You can, shove a needle in someone's arm with the best of them, but you're out. Coming in at number 3, it's going to be another sleepyhead. And that is going to be Mr. Elrod from Halloween 2. Holy shit, it's all Halloween 2. Look, Elrod, he's fallen asleep during, is it Night of the Living Dead? Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's fallen asleep during that. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he's just old. His wife, Mrs. Elrod's making him a goddamn sandwich and he's fucking sleeping. So if he can't handle that scary movie without falling asleep on Halloween night at probably, what do you think it is? Maybe 10 o'clock at that point. Maybe a little later. I don't want to drink with the guy. So Elrod, you're out. All right. 2 more people that I would not want to have a drink with in the Halloween universe. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Bob from the OG 1978. Why would I not want to drink with this guy, even though he's got tons of beer cans falling out of his badass 1970s van? 'Cause Bob would get us into some fucking trouble. Bob would be going after the underage girls. Remember the line with Lindsay? Then we'll rip Lindsay's clothes off. Jesus Christ, man. You get a couple drinks in you and you're talking about taking off the clothes of a 7 or 8 year old girl. I'm out. No Bob. Sorry about that. And here comes the big shocker. Number one, the person I would not want to have a drink with in the Halloween universe. It is Dr. Loomis. Yes. Dr. Loomis is the worst one on this list. I know, I'm shocked myself. Why would I not want to have a drink with Loomis? He'd just be ranting and raving about the evil and the devil's eyes the whole time, and just talking about how he saw Michael sitting at a wall, staring at the wall, looking past the wall. All of that shit. All these speeches that Loomis gives that we love. Myself, I love them. We love them, and Loomis is sober. You know? All these speeches. Imagine if Loomis is fucking drunk at a bar with you, sitting next to you on a bar stool. Could you imagine that? How fucking you just want to just pound your head on the fucking table. Can we talk about something else, Loomis? Jesus Christ, we know it. He's evil. So Loomis, I love you, but I don't want to have a drink with you. Let's move on to the top 5 people I would want to have a drink with. Number 5 is going to be Sheriff Ben Meeker. We have not seen Meeker have a drink in the Halloween universe, unless I'm wrong. But something tells me this guy can pound one back, and something tells me he has some good fucking stories. Whether they're hunting stories with a shotgun, whether they're, Kelly Meeker stories, anything, Meeker is fucking awesome, and I would love to have a beer with that guy. Hell, he probably doesn't even drink beer. He probably just drinks straight whiskey or scotch. But Meeker, you're awesome. You're at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Amazing Grace. It's going to be good old Bud from Halloween 2. Everything that Bob was with the underage girls, Bud is, but with girls that are of age. Girls you should be looking at. Bob's a fucking creep. But Bud, he might be an asshole, but he'd be a hell of a good wingman to be able to start conversations with the other broads at the bar. So, Bud, you're number 4. All right, coming in at number 3 is going to be Reverend Sayer from Halloween 4. Another guy we only see for a few moments, actually. And he is able to drink and drive. So if you get into a little jam, Sayer can fucking drive. He's driving across country in some beat-up truck, taking shots of, swigs of whatever the hell. Was that whiskey? Maybe Jim Beam, something like that. But we know Sayer can handle himself when it comes to driving. And not to mention, look, Loomis would get old with his, just talking about, Michael this, Michael that. But Sayer's talking about all kinds of different things, all kinds of different damnation. He's been hunting for years. That would be interesting. So Sayer's at number 3. Coming in at number 2, it's going to be a guy that I believe owns his own bar. And that's going to be Earl from Halloween 4. Earl, another gun-toting, redneck type guy. He'd be fun to have a drink with. He knows what he's doing. He knows his way around the bar. He can probably make good drinks. He's probably got a lot of crazy drunken tales of, watching his friends kill other people like Ted Hollister. He'd just be a hoot to have a drink with. So Earl's at number 2. But there can only be one, guys. There can only be one number 1. The person in the Halloween universe who I would most want to have a beer with. It's going to be Dr. Dan Chalice from Halloween 3. Once again, everything that Dr. Mixter is, Dr. Chalice isn't. He can perform medical procedures while drunk, just like Mixter, but he's got some personality. He's always up for an adventure if the right lady's around. He's grabbing asses. He's, calling people sweetheart. Yes, I know that's misogynistic. I get that, guys, but he's just a fun guy. The mustache, everything. Who doesn't love Dr. Chalice? So that is my list. Like I said, I know this is kind of a goofy list and it's kind of crazy and stuff like that. But I was just trying to think outside the box. So what about you guys? Who would you like to have a beer with in the Halloween universe? Who would you definitely not want to have a beer with in the Halloween universe? Thanks for watching as always. Appreciate your guys' support. Take care.